Well, hello there. I've got a story to tell you. I gotta find a place to set up my camera. Okay, I'm recording. Come on, come this way. Come over here. It's gonna knock my camera down. Okay, I set up my camera. Whew, I'm trying to get a good angle. I can never get a good angle. I'm horrible. I am not a good videographer. Is that the word? I hope my card doesn't fill up. That's my whole problem. All right, I recently went on a trip and I thought I took video and it's nowhere on my card, on my camera, or on my phone card. And while I was there, my card filled up on my camera, so I deleted a whole bunch of stuff, and I think I accidentally deleted too much stuff. And that video's just gone. Otherwise, some gremlin came in the night and stole it. I don't know, but it's gone. So, I'm just trying to make a spot to stand here. In order to make my story make sense, I've come out here into the snowy UP to tell you about it. Now, I have notes because I want to make it a good story. Sometimes I'm a good storyteller, other times I'm not. So I recorded a whole bunch of stuff, well, I thought I did, to tell the story, and it's gone. So now I have to retell the story, but I'm gonna do it better this time. This is day 2 of my attempt to get out of the UP. If you remember, day 1, and I'll link the video, we had a snowstorm, over 12 inches, and I got stuck here. Which, you know, if you have to get stuck somewhere, I'd rather be stuck here where I live than, say, Chicago or Atlanta. There'll be more on that. There are worse places to be stuck. Being stuck in your own home, that's not so bad. Made it to the airport, waited a long time. The airplane never came. It circled. They couldn't find a clearing, so they didn't land. You know, that happened to me once before, only I was the person on that airplane. When our kids were growing up, we wanted to take each one of them on a trip to the Netherlands. That's where Dutch was born, and he lived there. And we wanted our kids to experience that. So when they were about 11, we took them to Europe. So on the trip for our third son, Dale, we were coming back. We left Detroit and came up to Marquette and circled, and they could not catch a break. And I remember the pilots announcing this was the longest flight to Marquette, the Marquette airport. Sawyer International Airport, but you know, when you're looking for airports, it's Marquette Airport. We circled it so much we couldn't land. Instead, they rerouted us to Minneapolis. At that time, they had a flight to Minneapolis, and we got there, and so many people on the flight were upset. And you know, it was disappointing. We wanted to be home. Our trip was over. We had little kids at home and bigger kids at home, and we wanted to be there for them. You know, it was a little disappointing. We thought, okay, we can rent a car, right? No one would rent us a one-way car. A car one direction, nope, they wouldn't do it. And I could tell other passengers were pretty upset, you know, that they didn't make it home. I said, this isn't so bad. The airline actually, even though they didn't have to because it was weather related, they gave us vouchers for food and for a hotel. And we were in Minneapolis, and the airport is near the Mall of America. And I said, people spend money to come here on vacation, and we got a free trip out of it. It's just a delay of 1 day for us. So we went, and we just made the most out of it. So, you know, that's when I learned that you have to make the most of a situation. You know, you can't stress about it. You can't get upset about it. You just try to find the good in it. And that leads to my trip, where the first day the flight was canceled. That leads to the next day. It's a new day. I'm still in the UP. My flight is rescheduled for today. It stopped snowing, but the cars are definitely buried in the snow. Not sure what Dutch is doing. He was plowing. So this morning, Dutch is taking me to the airport, but we got a lot of snow, and I'm leaving so I don't have to dig those out. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing down there. Help! Okay, round 2. this is what the road looks like today. A lot better than yesterday. And I've got a different driver today. It's a little tiny airport. I'll get to see the same people that I saw yesterday. Evidently there are 3 terminals though, because I'm flying out of Terminal 3. They're all in the same room. I made it through security. Oh, here's another thing. I didn't have video footage, but I do have photos that I took because I was sending photos to my brother and my sisters. We have a group text, and I was sending them updates on my trip, and of course I was sending some to Dutch too, and my kids, but they don't care so much. Probably not. Anyway, I was trying to make the most of it. So I made it through security, and it took me a little bit until I was thirsty, and I went to look for my water bottle, and it was gone. I had an empty water bottle stuck in a pocket on my backpack, and after security, the bottle was just gone. It was gone, and I was disappointed because I'd planned to fill it up there once I made it through security. You got to remember that airport at Sawyer International is a very tiny airport. So they did have a beverage machine there. I thought, okay, I'll buy a water bottle, $2, you know. I wanted to save $2 for something else, but I'll pay $2. I went over there with my credit card. It didn't work. Oh, that was disappointing. And $2, but all I had was a 20 on me. And I'm like, did I really want coins in my backpack that was already heavy? No. So I thought, okay, I'll get water on the plane. Well then, the plane came in and it landed, but it overshot. They've got a line they have to stop at so that they can line up the, let's see, what's it called? You know, that causeway thing. I can't remember what it's called. So they couldn't get the passengers off the plane so they could load the new passengers on the plane. And I wish I'd been able to get video of that, but there was a group of people standing in front of the window and I couldn't reach it. And it's kind of awkward anyway when you pull your camera out in a tiny place with lots of people. So I didn't get any video footage of it, but they had to manually push the plane back. That's what they said. They were going to manually push the plane back and line it up so they could get the people off. So we had a bit of a delay. Well, now I just had a short layover. Just a short layover, and I thought, I'm gonna miss my connecting flight. So they finally got us on the plane. We started to leave, and then we went and we got de-iced, and I got some good footage of that. So they noticed something wrong with the plane. They said, we're going back to the gate. There was already a delay. Now there's an even longer delay. We get there and we wait and they're looking at, I don't know what it was. And then they announced that maintenance had to run and get some tools. In the meantime, they had somebody come on to make sure we'd all make our connecting flights, and they'd rescheduled me for a later flight in the day, which was good. I had to be there that day, but it was bad because it was really late in the evening, and then I had to try to coordinate and figure out a way to get from the airport to my destination. But, you know, it all worked out. I'm back here and everything's fine, so. But they also decided to serve snacks, which was great. They brought around a choice of snacks. I picked some almonds, but you know what else they brought? They brought water. Yes, they did. I needed that water. So I finally got some water. After some time, they announced that it wasn't as severe or as bad, I don't remember the terminology they used, as they thought it was, so they were going to let us go. I don't know if they repaired anything. I don't know. this is the next part. We were off, but then they told us the plane was low on water and we couldn't wash our hands if we used the lavatory, but to use the wipes they had in there. Okay, not a big deal. I didn't use the lavatory, so we were A-okay there. And something else about this flight, they booked a bigger plane so that they could accommodate the people who were stranded from the day before and the people who were scheduled to fly that day. And something that was really nice about this flight was there was lots of leg room. That was awesome. So much bigger than Marquette Airport. That's not a... It was a good flight, good landing. Landed, got off the plane, and I had like a 5-hour layover, where before I'd had a very short layover. So that's when I thought I recorded a whole bunch of stuff, but I did not. So once we made it to Chicago, you know what the first thing I did? I went and bought a bottle of water. I looked in all these, you know, they have all these little stalls. I don't know what else to call them. And they sell bottled water and snacks and books and things like that. But they wanted like $5, $6, $7 for a bottle of water. But I'd remembered I passed a machine that sold bottled water, so I went back. It turns out it was $3, so I bought a bottle of water. Yes, I did. I wasn't gonna be thirsty like that again, and I wasn't gonna pay $6 or $7 for a bottle of water. And then I got on the flight. I ended up having a whole row, 3 seats to myself. That was great.
Please refer to your safety card or ask any of the crew members as they do their final cabin check. And as always, let us know if there's anything.
We took off and we landed and it was all good. So that's about it for day 2. I want to thank you for watching. If you want to find out where I went, you'll have to come back for the next video. Or maybe I'll put it on the end of this video. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I'm doing the editing, what I come up with. It was a long day, but I have learned to take things in stride when you're traveling. It turned out all right. I made it to my destination in time for the event I needed to be there for, which was all that mattered, right? All right, you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. You know what to do. Bye. After a canceled flight and an overnighter and many delays, I made it to Texas. Whew, I was trying to record my dog. Whew, my camera's tipping every which way. I'll tell you, ooh, an aluminum tripod is really cold. It was 9 degrees when I went out earlier. Just now before I came outside, I said, do you think it's warmed up? And Dutch said, yeah, 11 degrees. It's cold here. My hands are freezing. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh, I was going to go back and see Ernie, but I'm cold. I'll have to take you back there another time.